Because of the things we've kind of got, which is Rogue, Shaman, Warrior, Warlock,
they all
they're
slap
like
super
all,
hard.
yeah, they're all really good.
Yeah,
we're not
fuck,
saying
man.
tuning wise.
Yeah,
I think
we're just
Shaman
saying,
is it the one that has a few tuning concerns, even though it's like super fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like broadly for these guys, yeah, if you're going for pure DPS, you have really good options. In my head,
It's
for like a pure DPS
disgusting,
class, is like, I don't know, is it Rogue and Warlock? Are they the prime combatants? If I was to
Yeah.
go from, best melee pure DPS class, best ranged pure DPS class.
Yeah, like there's
Maybe those two.
there are very few things wrong with either of them.
Yeah.
Rogue is absolutely fantastic, almost across the board in terms of how it feels to play with the options available to you. Sometimes there's a little bit of like slightly less options due to tuning, but like even then, just picking a couple things is really fun. Like the core of them is good. Maybe like sub rogue if you don't like pressing 3 different covenant abilities, because unfortunately you can't pick all 4 at the same time. You can't take all 4 though, which is sick because you can get serrated bones. Oh no, sorry, it's no serrated bones back. I think is assassination actually. Yeah. But generally, it's like those, like Warlock, Afflock's improved. That's basically all I can say. Afflock's improved with a couple of new things to make Malefic Rapture feel a bit better in terms of like Doom Blossom, Grim Reach for the thing. Haunt has a couple new talents that makes it feel really good. Generally, it's like it's just really nice.
I mean, like going through your ratings.
Yeah.
Or, it's like A, S, S star,
Yeah.
B plus, S, B,
That's because Lock is...
A, S, A. Like, these
Yeah.
are all getting high ratings.
Yeah, I think, like, I don't really like Demo Lock that much, personally. But there's no doubt looking at the tree, you go, this is fun.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of customization in it. There's a couple different builds. It's fun. You can have a Pit Lord. That's crazy good. Obviously, it doesn't matter because people go, well, how much damage does it do? You Pit Lord? It's a bit small. But still, Pit Lord, beating the sugar enemy, like, nice. You can implode to get, like, imp gang bosses explode into different wild imps. You can explode like crazy. Destro's just, hey, you don't like Havoc, you can use the Mayhem option instead. You can summon a Blasphemy. You've got all your choices from Shadowlands.
Yeah, Mayhem options are really nice.
Yeah, and Grimoire of Sacrifice is a nice enough choice a lot of the time. There's just some really good stuff. Like, just some of this is just Shadowlands, like, plus,
Yeah.
in a way, which is really good.
I do remember we got into a little bit of trouble
Did we?
2 years ago
Yeah.
over Warlocks, where it's like, from our perspective,
Yeah.
they're all really fun.
Yeah.
But the Warlock community maybe had like a few issues in M+, like pain points.
Yeah, those definitely exist, right? Because Demonology has to ramp
Yeah.
decently, and Afflock still has to ramp. There are, like, because of Vile Taint and Seed of Corruption and, like, so the Seeds being there, the problem's a little bit, it's like, when mobs die quick, it's pretty, like, meh. And that's, like, a kind of a feeling thing, but generally I think those problems are less pronounced. I think Demo has a pretty nice build that's based on making your Dreadbite AoE really big. And it's just big doggy attacks, which is pretty nice. You've got a couple new additions for, there's the Guillotine, which is a new ability where your Felguard throws his axe, and that pulses damage. But for the duration of that, the Felguard has no axe, which means he punches dudes, and his punches do AoE damage.
Good.
So there's like a little bit of couple little fixes like that. Like, people are saying, that you won't play AF in M+. That's the thing. I think if you want to be super turbo good in M+, or you're doing like really fast low level keys, maybe. But as soon as stuff survives, like especially with Soul Flame, which is when stuff dies, it explodes and does damage. Like, I took it into like a heroic and Dragonflight, and there's me, another Afflock, and I can't remember the other DPS. But I just noticed because I was starting at the meter saying, can I beat this fucker? As you do.
Of course.
But there was a lot of stuff where even when things like, yeah, that's true. You are starved for shards if you're not sniping with Drain Soul. That can kind of suck. Yeah. But that's where Vile Taint applying Agony does kind of sort of alleviate that. And that's where Life Tap as well, because you can just Life Tap to get shards, can sort of alleviate that a little bit as well. So there's a couple of like parts of being starved with soul shards, which goes against their seeming philosophy of loads of resources. But honestly, it's like pressing so the seeds and just watching things explode. Me and the other Afflock were doing fucking crazy damage. And it was just big packs, dump a load of seeds, they explode and all die. and you're like you're draining the souls of them while they're going. You're like, yep, I'll go into the next pack with 3, 4, 5 shards ready to go. It's pretty nice. I can't believe they renamed Hold This For Me to Guillotine. Yeah, Hold This For Me is good, I think. So this is definitely this is lacking perspective of having played them all really deep in M+ for weeks. So there might be some details that show up, but in terms of playing around a little bit and looking at the talent trees and playing around with them, seeing what builds are available, kind of seeing how, and this isn't all just what I thought from playing. It's also for each of these, I read what was going on in a couple different guides, and I always seek out the class experts and what they write on the Discords, and see, and I even fucking God help me, spent a lot of time on the forums for each of these. So it's a lot of the complaints, some maybe have changed over time. It's I do tend to pick up a lot of them and kind of measure them against what I'm saying, but generally it's there's most classes of their complaints are fairly minor compared to the improvements overall, especially now that it's Dragonflight, where you can go, I don't like that build, swap talents. Asboost, I don't like that build, back to Torghast. So I think that's
oh God.
yeah. So generally I think we're in a real good place.